Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
The news article that happened in Bakersfield, we could touch on that next, but we're going to touch on the content creators next. Let's go to that. Let me go to that video, and let's look at these little videos, and let's talk about it, huh? Let's talk about it and see why this is happening. But before I bring that up, who we got? We got Finny up here. You know, Finny come through. We got Key Rasta, you know what I mean? Miss Megan up in here. Playing for the Keeks is in here. Okay, let's keep it lit. If you guys do me a favor, let's share this live and let's keep it going. I got some visuals for tonight. Let's see. Now, this is the page right here, right? Where's the content creator? Now, we ask ourselves, how did he start making content? What made him start making content on 304s? What made him start making content on the 304 game? And why was that important to him? Why is that important, we ask ourselves? What was so important for him to want to make content on the 304 game? And how does 304s handle this when they out there trying to make money? Well, I'm going to show y'all some ways they don't handle it. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. This is one way they don't handle it, right? This is one way they do not handle it. They ready to drink. Now, let me put the audio up. Hold on. Let's hear what he's saying.
For the 20. Take your time. While you do that, I'm going to cross this chicken on rainbow. Go ahead, keep doing that. Cross. Give me one more. Oh, we lost our rainbow. It's okay. Still chugging? Oh, dang, I see you. For the 20 domers. 20 domers.
Come on, man. Come on, what's going on? What is going on there, y'all? Is this what they doing? Is that how you carry yourself? You know, when you so-called calling yourself a 304. Is that what they doing out here? Look, the little midget. Okay, the midget, you know, she seemed like she's serious. Look, this is another one. This is another one, man. Now, he's a content creator, right? I get it. He gonna go out there and he's gonna bribe females. Now, do these females... Okay, hold on. Let me play this one again, because it's a couple females... Yeah, this is the one I wanted, not this one. Hold on. He just catch everything. How he catching the police catching him?
Would you be down to chug this for $20? No. You want to chug this for $20? Chug this for $20. There you go.
Look, she like, damn, look at this. Look at this. What is going on out there, y'all?
Cash out. What's wrong? Keep going. I know you got a little more.
For $20? $20?
Like that.
Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. I bet you she called her folks, man. It's slow. Somebody just came and gave me $20 outside, though. She not even going to tell. She not even probably going to tell if she got folks the real truth. She not even gonna tell the real truth, man. And it's like, I get it. Are they cold? They cold out there? What could it be, man? Are they cold out there or what? Are they cold or what? What's going on? What's going on? We seen some females here. Let's start it over. We seen some females turn it down. Hold on, this is my first time working this shit on the laptop. Hold on.
Ready? Yeah.
Look, she letting him pour now.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
She's like, damn, fool.
I'm blessing up the hood today. If you wanted to chug this
look,
for 20 bucks.
Okay, look, she pulled up.
Would you be down to chug this?
One said no. Look at her. She like, what? She look like she got, that's orange juice or something in her. She got orange juice.
$20 bucks? You want to chug this for 20
She
bucks?
said no. No.
Chug this for 20 bucks.
Look, that's the one right here. She like, fuck yeah, fool. $20 to get drunk? Serio? They're on that. She on that. Hold on, let me see another one. Cause this is the one, hold on. This is the one, which one was it? Some girl came up, he got feet. What the hell? Hell going on with this nigga page? This is the one that caught my eye this morning and made me go on this dude page because she knew about bruh.
Take the glasses off, please.
The glasses?
Yeah. Can you take the glasses off?
They stay on. Sorry.
Look, can you take the glasses off? You see? Can you take the glasses off? You know, we already know what time it is. Hey. Is you coming in here being a trick or you coming in here being on some content shit? If you on that content shit, then you move around. You know what I'm saying? We know what type of glasses you got on. We see your cameras and, you know, a sense of awareness. You know, when you outside, when you doing your thing, especially how the world is today, you want to have a sense of awareness. Right? You don't want to just be thirsty like old girl was, thirsty to drink. You don't want to be thirsty to drink even if you got some dollars in front of you, right? That's where morals come in at, right? That's the true essence of having morals, right?
Making me a weirdo. Okay, I was dead ass
Look,
gonna
he
give
mad.
her a flower, bro. I was dead ass gonna bless her up to
And the crazy thing is,
she would've helped me.
They say crashes out. Now, not necessarily crash out, right? We can argue that was light. That wasn't no crash out. That was being light. But this is the thing, right? They're gonna flip it when it's supposed to be done the right way. Society is gonna flip it and make it seem like it's the wrong way. As for the girl that's drinking, go. You know, they're gonna make it seem like that's the right way of doing things, right? They're gonna make it seem like that's the right way of doing things. Because if you see, let me see. I'm pretty sure the one when the girl is chugging away gets way more views and way more props and likes or whatever the case may be than the female that crashed out. But he's a content creator, so he's going to put both of them out there, right? And, you know, he's going to praise the one that did follow his instructions, his little trick instructions. And then he's going to, you know, bash the female that stood, you know, firm and understood, you know, morals and standards behind it, right? That's how society is going to be with a lot of things when it comes to 304s, whether they got folks or they don't have folks, right? That's just how society plays it. Is there an acceptable dollar amount to participate in some shit like that? Well, that right there, drink like throwing it back on the blade. No, that right there, no. Now, if a content creator wanted to do a skit, right? If they wanted to do a skit and they understood that this female has, first off, you know, it's a contract to where she's getting paid up front. She's not, you know, she doesn't want to do this. She's not doing this. You can't say this. You can't say that. Where they're bringing some morals and some structure behind it and some regulation behind it, you know, because there's pimping behind it. And then the trick, you know, / content creator is with all that. Then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Because, you know, understanding this lifestyle and understanding, you know, the importance of this is the time that a female can showcase, you know, regulating and scholarly characteristics within the lifestyle. So that's very, very important, right? But if there's no thinking behind it and they're just running with whatever the content creator throws out there, nah, that's never acceptable, right? That never will be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Another video that I wanted to touch on, coach out of college, right? He was assistant coach out of college. And he also went to the college. And come to find out, he likes dealing with 304s. He wants to, you know, call himself the pimpin' when he's not coaching. Right? And I don't know who he was telling this to. And the news, this is the news. And then we're going to talk, you know, for sure we're going to give it some game. But This is the news. The news says there was an anonymous tip. There was an anonymous tip came from nowhere, right? That informed his coaching staff, his coaches' employees, right? They informed him saying, this gentleman right here be dealing with 304s, handle it or will handle it, right? So the anonymous tip reaches out to the higher ups of the school, the boarding and all that. The school, the boarding, the coaches, they reach out to the police, The police get the information, of the anonymous tip, reach out to the anonymous tip, and find the quote-unquote victim and do a sting on the quote-unquote victim. And when they do the sting on the quote-unquote victim, the lady says this gentleman here is her boyfriend and that, he knows about me doing my thing and I pay him for that and he does this and he does that, right? So boom, the police go kick in his door and what they find is more incriminating evidence, right? Now notice the police say he moonlighted as a pimp. Now I don't be making this shit up, man. This is the third, fourth article this year that they throw out there, and they just calling anybody that deals with a 304. And this is what I be trying to stress on the broadcast, that you guys can disguise all of that shit. This man right here was an assistant coach. The Asian man was an assistant principal. The other gentleman, drove trucks. Like, they're all having regular lives, but they like these females that have 304 phases. And they try to be the safe haven for these females, and it comes back and shoots them in the foot because they lack the experience. Money does not give you experience. Just because you got money doesn't mean you could become a safe haven for a 304. Because guess what? When that 304 is making her moves, when she get caught in a sting, which I believe that's the original thing. I don't believe the real back end of this anonymous story, right? But before I get into that, let's watch the article, right? Now, keep in mind, this is the news. This is their words, not mine, right? This is their words, not mine, right? But what we do is we're able to dissect the words of the police, and we can put it in a pimpish brain or a hoish brain and dissect it. So that's what we're about to do right now. So here we go.
California State University campus arrested at a Sacramento hotel. Kevin Mays, who works at CSU Bakersfield, now facing felony charges related to pimping and pandering. Maddie Vollmer explains what those charges mean and how police caught him.
The assistant coach, who was once a former Roadrunner himself, is now facing criminal charges in relation to human trafficking. Kevin Mays, a well-known assistant basketball coach at California State University Bakersfield, is facing 11 charges, including pimping and pandering, possession of illegal firearms, and possession of methamphetamine and marijuana for the purpose of sale, according to the Kern County District Attorney's Office. Through his lawyer, David Torres, he pleaded not guilty to all charges.
We have charged 2 counts. The first 2 counts in the complaint are pimping and pandering, and it does not involve a minor. They're serious charges, and some of the enhancements can potentially make them strike offenses.
I reached out to the Open Door Network, a leading human trafficking advocacy group here in Kern County, and they say these kinds of cases can be complicated.
What we believe is that there are victims in this case, and that these victims are considered trafficked because they were doing this against their will. Yeah, pimping and pandering is a different penal code. It is just kind of in alignment with trafficking, but it's a different type of charge.
An anonymous tip led to investigate Mays. The victim was found in a Sacramento hotel room, which had been booked under his name. She also had his rental car, and once located, she identified Mays as her trafficker. Mays' preliminary hearing is set for September 16th.
Yes, ma'am.
And his bail is set for $500,000.
Okay, so Let me see. Somebody said something in the comments that I want to touch on. Let's leave it right there. So, I know a coach like this. Y'all may know him too. He really the pimpin' though, but he coaches young boys. Now, this is the thing. Yes, a pimp can coach kids, right? It's as long as whatever he's coming out of, his coming from the grassroots of his lifestyle, right? Now, you have gentlemen that come out of the game of pimping. You know, they got kids. They play sports as a kid, but they've been pimping, right? To where they might establish their own AAU program. You know what I mean? They might fund their own AAU program to give back to the kids in the community, right? But yeah, his lifestyle, he is the pimp, and that's what he does. But he can give back to the kids and coach kids and participate in his kids playing and coach. Yeah, that's regular life. This is the catch. When you don't come from the grassroots of the lifestyle, meaning you would never did no pimping in your life, but you know, because he went to college. This gentleman right here, he went to college. He played college basketball, right? Now he's alumni at the school that he coaches from. So that tells you that, you know, his whole adult life, he was in the sports lane. He was in the sports field, right? He got a degree in that. That's why he was able to coach in a university, right? To where his mind was never in the pimp lifestyle from the grassroots. To where now he comes across a cute girl. He see how social media is working. You know, he's from California, to where, you know, this cute girl, she might be doing her thing. And she's playing like she likes him and wants to build a pimp. And he's cool with that because he got a little bit of money. Mind you, he's buying all these things on the university's credit card. He's buying the room, the rental cars, the flights. He's charging it to his credit card through the university. If you had, you know, grassroots pimping, and you're not going to know not to think like that. And I don't even think he's hustling her. I think he liked her. Mind you, when they, you know, kicked in the door, the police, quote unquote, says they found drugs like meth, marijuana, you know, like he was selling drugs. They found guns, you know, to where he was living a whole different life than what he presented himself to. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even taking his totality of being a pimp / coach, just them two things seriously. And I don't think he was a pimp at all. What I think is that was his girlfriend. And I believe his girlfriend got in a jam somewhere to where she told on him. Because she was moving reckless because he don't know no better. So he flying her there doing this. But there's no gang behind all of that. So she talking to the police thinking it was a trick. Got herself in a jam. And this is how they all trickle down to it. Right? But they got to make it catchy. They got to be like, oh, you notice when he's in jail right here, right? You notice that they're doing a documentary on him in the jail, in county jail, while he's fighting this case. So they got to make it juicy. And it won't be juicy enough to be like, oh, yeah, you know, this girl, she thought we was a John, but we really was a trick. And she was crying and scared. And she told us about her little boyfriend. And this, no, that's not going to make a story. They got to have that anonymous tip. They got to have that anonymous tip. No, she might not even got mad at the gentleman. She might got nervous because she put herself in a jam and got caught in a sting. Because mind you, in the news article, they say there was a sting that happened in Sacramento. There was a sting that established. When they said that the anonymous tip told the school reached out to the police, told them about the anonymous tip. The police reached out to the anonymous tip and did a sting on the girl that's the victim. And within doing a sting on the girl that was a victim, that's when, you know, they got the details and the intels of the coach. You get what I'm saying? To where I don't think it's about being mad at her folks, right? Most females that if they have real folks and they're mad at their folks and the police get involved, they're not going to, you know, choose the police side. Now, a female that gets in a jam with the police and don't know no better, and she knows she doesn't have real folks, why not just throw him under the bus? He's a coach. He has money. He'll get out of it. I don't want to go to jail. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it, you know? That is how I look at it. Let's see if we can get some people up in here, though.
Money. You can keep the bullshit. I'll take all the money. You can keep the bullshit, I'll take all them.
Illustrating the ism.
Whole lot of tank shit, man. The South, East in here too, man. This shit slap like pimp pants. This shit slap like pimp pants.